Hello everybody, it's Jennifer McCreath. Today is June 25th, 2021. I want to talk about this Cancel Canada Day movement that seems to be dominating my Facebook feed the past day or two. Needless to say, I'm as shocked and as saddened as anyone about these discoveries of mass graves of Indigenous children. And it's horrible. At the same time, I think we have to prepare ourselves for the worst. We've had 2 discoveries at 2 schools in the past month. And guess what? There's probably 100, maybe more residential schools. And I'm sure we're going to search them all. And unfortunately, I'm going to predict that we're going to find more grave sites, more bodies, more children buried. And it's terrible. It absolutely is horrible what happened. At the same time, this happened a long time ago. I've read some of the verbiage of these protests, and I don't think it's fair to blame current people like myself. I'm a white person, I'll give you that. I'm definitely not affiliated with the government now or the government 100 years ago. I'm not and never have been and never will be affiliated with the Catholic Church either. I had absolutely nothing to do with this. So don't attack me or blame me. At the same time, I want to talk about life as a trans person in Canada. I spent 33 years being perceived as a white male, a so-called position of privilege. And while my life was full of confusion and insecurities, I at least had that going for me. Once I came out as trans in 2007 and went through the transition, I noticed some major changes. All of a sudden, I was part of a minority group. Not just a minority group, but an oppressed minority group. For the first time in my life, I had trouble finding health care. I had trouble finding a job. I had new concerns and worries about my physical safety and my emotional safety. I learned just how brutally challenging this system has been set up for minorities. I can't speak to being Indigenous, but I can certainly speak to what it's like to be trans, and specifically a trans woman living in Newfoundland. And believe me, it's been very, very difficult. Do I want to celebrate Canada or Newfoundland? Not really. I've lived through 14 years of hell. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemies. Well, maybe a few of them, but I guess what I'm trying to say is let's be very careful about where we point the blame, and we all have a right to be angry, but at the same time, let's focus on. We can't change the past. We can learn from it, but we have to focus on the present and the future. And I think we're seeing it. It's been a tough couple of years. COVID-19 has wreaked havoc on the world. We've seen a lot of businesses go under. We've seen a lot of people lose their job. People go from making high salaries to making EI, CERB, whatever that pays, not enough really. We're all fighting for attention. Every minority group is fighting for recognition. But let's not attack each other. Let's work together. Yes, we have again, Newfoundland. Canada Day is the same day that we have Remembrance Day here. We had a battle over in France, and a lot of Newfoundlanders were killed in the war on July 1st. So we mourn and we celebrate at the same time, really. cancel Canada Day? Maybe. I mean, I certainly don't want to celebrate life here. It's been a rough go for me. It's tough to live through COVID-19. It's tough to be trans. You throw the two together and it's pure hell. I've been in survival mode, literally, struggling to pay the bills. So yeah, just let's be careful about the verbiage we use, and let's be careful about where we point the blame. I think minority groups should try to do a better job working together rather than fighting each other. I think if we can find some common goals, if we can sit down together and look at how the system is broken and how it hurts both of our entities, there's strength in numbers and strength in working together. I just don't like what I'm seeing, so I'm not going to go. I honestly don't feel comfortable going to this event here in St. John's. Especially there's verbiage about police being targeted as being negative. I used to work for the police station. I believe I'm the only openly out trans person who's ever worked in a police station in Newfoundland and Labrador. And when I see groups such as this Indigenous group who's organizing the protests insinuate or imply that all police are bad, well, no, you just can't be doing that, because you're making yourselves look bad, and you're attacking people who might want to be there to help you. So yeah, be very careful about how you do this, folks. Celebrate or don't celebrate, that's up to you. But heck, I'd love to help other minority groups, but I'm just trying to help my own minority group and myself. I can't help others if I can't help myself. If I can't pay my rent and if I can't buy food, I can't help others. So if you're watching this and you have a good job out there for someone who's university educated and you're not afraid to hire someone who's trans, hit me up, folks. If you have any questions or comments, if you want to work together, I'm not hard to find. Google, Facebook, Twitter me, right back on this YouTube post. I'm Jennifer McCree. Thanks for watching, everyone.